All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 6. I hope everyone's doing great today. I know that I am. We are getting right back into things. And I've actually done a little bit of work off camera and a little bit of prep for today's video. So hopefully it'll help things go a little bit quicker as we jump into the stuffs that we want to accomplish today. But I hope you all have been enjoying the previous episodes that have been coming out. I have been recording whole heck of a lot of them, and a lot of them in advance as well, of when they come out. I'm trying to keep to a new schedule of every other day for video posting, and we've mainly been doing Enigmatica recently. But Minecraft Dungeons is getting new content relatively soon, so I'm super excited to jump back into that. Just taking a little break from that. We had a lot of DLCs, a lot of content from Minecraft Dungeons, so just want to give it a bit of a breather, and then we'll be right back at it. Anywho, so what are we doing today? Well, in the last episode, we got into power a lot, and we did a bunch of other stuffs as well. Getting our induction smelter up and going. Now, I did go ahead. I'll show you guys what I did do off camera. I'm getting a little bit of lag here. Not 100% sure why. Ever since I updated the pack, it's been a little bit more laggy with things. So I don't really know why why that is, but it is what it is. We'll try to overcome it and not let it get in our path here. So I did go ahead, I made another fractioning still so that I could make rubber from our latex that we were getting from the tree upstairs. And I've just been using this basic fluid tank to help move some stuff down here. Didn't feel like it warranted a whole entire system setup. The other thing I keep forgetting, I don't know why it keeps doing this, but every single time I leave the game, it disables our map up there for whatever reason. So, and it's extremely zoomed in, and unfortunately, let's see if we can do this. I think I can do this without messing up. There we go. Let's zoom out. I think that's the most we'll zoom out. There we go. The hotkey for the zoom in is my record button. So my hotkey for my record button. Anyway, so I did get that up and going. So I've been taking the latex and taking it downstairs there. I think everything maybe just needs to load in here. Maybe that's what our problem is. Because I literally just loaded into the game. We do have a bat here. We had a bat here. Anyway, so I got that going so we could get more dry rubber because I really wanted to just kind of get the rest of our setup going. So that's what I did. I went ahead and you could see down here, I got our basic fluid tank here, which is holding a backlog of the whatever we're getting from this tree oil, right? Or basic, oh, I forget what. Yeah, tree oil. A backlog of our tree oil, and then it's exporting all the way out and coming into our compression dynamo, which is eventually feeding into our energy cell right up here, giving us all the powers, right? So that's what I went ahead and did because we needed to get to the refined rubber, I think is what it's called. In order to do that, we could take a look here. Look up rubber. Let's see. Yeah, or cured rubber. I'm sorry, cured rubber. And this is a little bit interesting. So cured rubber, in order to get it, so you get it as a request reward in the thermal progression. So that's how we got our original batch of it. But if you want to get it moving forward, you need to take dry rubber and mix it with sulfur. And the only way I've seen to get sulfur relatively easy right off the bat, other than going down the path of refining more fuel within thermal series, is to take like chunks or ores, like lapis works. I believe coal works as well. And same with netherite. If you can get any of that stuff, you can have a chance of getting sulfur from it. Now, the other way you can get sulfur chunks is from actual sulfur ore, but it looks like this stuff only spawns in the nether. It doesn't look like it spawns in the overworld. I could be mistaken, but that's what it's just telling me. So something to keep in mind there. There's other ways that you could get it, like, you know, if you were into other mods as well. But the easiest way for me thus far was like I had silk touch on a pick that I found, so that's what I utilized, and I just got a bunch of coal chunks and put it through the induction smelter, or the pulverizer, I should say, and got some sulfur from that. Anywho, that's pretty much all we did. Now, for today, there are a few specific things that I would like to do. First and foremost, I want to prep for us getting to the point where we are going to be in refined storage and have wireless controllers or just have wireless tools that need to get power to them. Now, Power offers a great way of doing this. So we're going to go to the Power mod. It's actually a progression here on the list. I'll move it over here to the side so you guys can see it. Actually, I'll zoom in a little bit too. I thought my screen was off here a little bit. It looks kind of funky, but it's not. So we want the player transmitter here. Should be pretty straightforward. We do need a binding card as well. I didn't prep for that, but I prepped for pretty much everything else we need from it. There's a bunch of different tiers for it, and they will transfer different amounts of power, I believe, overall. So like input, output into what you're going to be consuming. Obviously, we're going to start relatively easy because there's no real need for us to bump up to the high tier, and we can't get anything higher than hardened right now. So let's go to the power mod, and we'll take a look at the tier 1, which is the basic. It's pretty straightforward to get. If you look at tier 2, you need a tier 1 anyway. There's no way to make it without it. So you got to move your way up through the ranks here. The hardest thing to get is probably this pearl. In order to do it, you have to create the base pearl and then use it on a zombie or a husk. So using it on a zombie is pretty straightforward. So all you got to do is make this pearl right here and then go up to a zombie, click the zombie with it. The zombie will, I guess, be incorporated into it, and you'll get this player pearl. So that's probably the trickiest part of it, but we're going to get that up and going easy peasy. Now, if we do take a look at the hardened one, I am a little bit curious because, I mean, if we're already at this point, what do we need for it? We need some hardened capacitors and some of that, which I think I have some of those sitting around. I have been doing a little bit of work. So we need one of those. Was that what it was? I already forget. I forget so quickly. We need one of these, and then we need one of the things in here, I believe. Do I have any more? I do not, but I have some of these, so I'll take that. And I don't have anything else in there. You can kind of see what's coming next. Little sneak peek there of what's coming next on the list here. And then I need some of that, which, ooh, that's probably not going to be enough, is it? See, it's funny. I come into this, I'm like, oh, I prepared for today's video. Did you now? Did you prepare for today's video? Because it doesn't look like you prepared for today's video. Well, I'll show you guys a nice little trick here. So we're going to get a couple of these. I'm actually going to grab 18. And then I'm going to grab 18 iron as well. We do need to do some resource gathering because we are getting pretty low on the iron here, as well as some of our other things as well. So what you could do to make the energized steel, is that what it is? Oh, geez, man, I already forget. Yeah, energized steel is you can either do ingots or you can do blocks. Now, the blocks, you just get, it just works so much quicker. It's easier than doing a lot of clicks. It's just 2 clicks to put them on, 1 click to get them off, and you're good to go. You're going to get a total of, I think, 18 of the energized steel from it. So it's not bad, and it only takes 100k FE. I don't think there's any net gain from it, if I'm not mistaken. If you look at this, yeah, it'd be 10,000. If anything, because it'd be 9 and 9, you're actually using more power, I think, to do it this way. Which is kind of funny how that works out. But it's a little easier to do. And honestly, the use case of the extra, the extra power is very negligible, realistically. So I do have a little bit of a drink with me today. I'm going to be sipping on it as we go through our episode. Been really kicking on this bubbly lately. I do like it a lot. It's very good. Anywho, so we're gonna get this going here. And yeah, I like doing it this way just because it saves time. And you're using a little bit more power, but negligible in the totality of it. So I am gonna grab the hardened one here, which we're just gonna need these. We're gonna need more dielectric. We're gonna need a few more things, but nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride for this because most of everything else that we need to do, I've already gotten ready to go here. So we'll grab that. We'll grab a couple of these, couple of those. I don't know what all we need, so we do need to get one of these. Of course, I need grab some of that. Been trying to use copper when possible because we have a lot of copper sitting around. And then there we go. We're going to get our hardened capacitors there. Pretty straightforward. And bada bing, bada boom, we have our player transmitter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick away all of our other stuff that we don't really need on us right now. And we got a lot of capacitors, so we'll have to find a good place for it. We do want to build out our overall storage, and if we have time today, I'm going to plan to get to it. It's on the list to get done. But we obviously have a few other things that we're kind of taking priority on here. So anyway, all right, we're going to come down here, and we want to just throw this onto our setup. So realistically, I mean, we could just throw it right next to it if we wanted to. We could put it right over here. Trying to think what I mean, we could stick it right underneath it. Actually, maybe we can't stick it right underneath it. I was like, oh, maybe we could do that, but I guess we can't. Can I put it here? What the heck, man? Does it not? Gotta be on the floor. Okay. Can I put it on the ceiling? That just doesn't work? I guess not. It's gotta be on the floor. Holy smokes, that lag. Ha! Wow, okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just stick it down here. Unfortunately, we don't really have much of a choice. We kind of have to just stick it somewhere, and that's probably our best bet for the time being. Unless we were to put it up here. Do we have a spot for it up here? I mean, I could stick it right here in the corner. Why not? We'll stick it here in the corner instead. I think that'll be better for us. We do need a piece of cabling, though. I did realize that one of the cables that we got as a reward, we got a lot of stuff from Mekanism. And some of the stuff actually was the bucket pipes, so the liquid pipes from Mekanism. So we could have utilized some of those, but you know what? It is what it is. So we're going to stick this right here. Ooh, that looks kind of gross. Can I stick it like sub-level? I have no idea. Like if I put that there, is that where I want it to be? No, I want it to be... Yeah, I want it to be there. Okay, we're going to try this. Jeez, guys, the lag is just insane today. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. I really don't know what the thing with it is. So, I mean, I guess that's fine. Oh, this is going to suck. There's nothing you can do. You hear it go off like that, I could freak out, but there's no getting away from it, right? So, can I then get rid of this? Or does it make... We might just want to leave it there. It might look nice to just leave it there. Yeah, we got it there. Why not leave it there? Or we could do it. Okay, we'll leave it. Whatever. I'm overcomplicating things. So there we go. We do have our player transmitter here, but we do need the card now. That is the other thing that I forgot about that I did not prep for. We do need to get our card, our binding card, which should be pretty straightforward. We need some rotten flesh and then a blank card. So we are going to need some of those rods, right? And I do have this bad boy here, and we need 2 redstone, right? 2 redstone. And then what do we got a lot of? We got a lot of those ones, so we'll do those. I think this works. Ooh, yikes. Does it not? Next to each other. Does this sometimes where... There we go. Blank card, and then binding card. Perfect, and that's going to complete the quest. So, again, guys, if you want to read through any of this, I say it pretty much every episode, feel free to pause the video and take a read through any of this stuff here. But pretty much the gist of it is it allows you to transfer power to the player that it has the binding card linked to them. So for us, we're going to right click. As you can see, it went from a red dot to a green dot on it now. So now if we need power, it'll transfer it to us. We don't have to go downstairs, which is nice. We could throw it right on in there and we are good to go. Now, I don't know if there's a range on this. Maybe I should read this. I'm saying that, you know, don't read, you can read it if you want to, but maybe I should read it as well. Doesn't really tell us there. There's also a dimensional binding card. A great update to a standard card. Right click a binding card on an Enderman and upgrade it. Now it will be able to charge your inventory in any dimension and not just the one the transmitter's in. That would be nice. We'll eventually get to that point. We got to find an Enderman. If we remember to if we find one, that we got to grab that card and utilize it. Why do I have so much rotten flesh? I thought I only grabbed one, but I guess not. It is what it is. All right, moving on to the big aspect of today's episode, which is going to be in here. You guys can already see the layout of it. Something that we didn't get to last time around, and this time around, I really want to get into it early because it'll be nice to have, realistically, for anything that we're doing. And as you can see, our player transmitter is already working. It's working in our off inventory even. So what we're going to do here is we are going to get a jetpack up and going, guys. A hardened jetpack. I'm super excited for this. It'll be really nice. Really, really nice to have a jetpack. It is going to complete a first quest on iron jetpacks. Now, you do need to get into power in order to do this. You can go under tools and armor here, and it's going to be the first one. Right on there, there's no rewards for any of these, I believe. I'm going to skip ahead to some of the end ones here. Yeah, no rewards for any of these, but it's a nice progression if you want to just follow along with it. Kind of wish there were some rewards of some kind, right? But you know what? It is what it is. But that's going to be really nice, guys. We do now have a jetpack. Now, the other thing I would love to get to eventually is like mining gadget. That'd be pretty nice. But I do want to continue on and getting some tools up and going as well, other than just jumping right to like pretty much your end game one. Now, really, some of our best stuff is going to be like the flux borer. and like the Fluxo magnet. So I think that's what we're going to focus on next. Now I believe you could, yeah, you can put this right on your backpack, or on your back, or your slot for your chest piece. I thought there was a way that you could mix it with armor, but maybe not in this pack. And I don't know, can we put this? Yeah, I don't think we can put it here because yeah, we can't put it there. It's got to be right there. So what is that? Body? Will it put it into the body? No, it wouldn't put it. Yeah, default goes to there. So, and I don't know, can we just, I think we got to go E. Engine is off. We're going to have to look at this, guys. That's the other thing. You're going to want to check your controls for this. So let's go to category. We're going to iron backpacks, toggle engine. Let's do O, maybe F. So if we do O, what? It's probably conflicts. That's probably what it is. I hate having to deal with this. Hold on. All right, I tinkered with it and we got it going. I moved it and mapped it, so we should be good. Honestly, you could just leave your engine on most of the time. And then there you go. The biggest thing is the hover mode, which is really nice. So like if you're trying to hover around and like work on something, you can easily do that. But this allows us to get up into our tree line. Like it's going to be really, really nice, guys, to be able to just go around like this. Now, realistically, we're going to want to have something that helps us when we're falling to the ground. We don't want to take too much fall damage. So we're going to have to look into that as well. But I'm not going to worry on it just this second. I want to move on to our next thing, which, I mean, I would love to get more into, you know, tools and things like that. But I think getting a better storage system up and going is going to be our best bet for right now. So we're going to go to Pretty Pipes and try to just get this up and going with the second half of our video here. And there is obviously a quest progression for this under storage, as you can see here. So the next thing is going to be our item terminal is what we're going to want to get. So for our item terminal, we're going to need a couple of things here. We're going to actually need quite a bit of stuff here. Holy smokes. And we need Invar and everything like that. Wow. Okay. I didn't prep for this part, so you guys are going to have to give me a minute. Let me get some stuff together, and then I'll bring you on back once we're ready to get crafting on some of this stuff. All right, guys, we are good to go here. We should have just about everything we need to get this first component up and going. So we need 2 of these bad boys here. So we'll grab both of those. I did actually leave my machine frame back over here, but we have it. So there we go. It is really nice when you get those as quest rewards. I highly recommend holding on to them. All right, and there we go. We have our item terminal, so that should complete that. We're going to get our Miner's Delight, which is really nice. Again, guys, there are certain things that you really should just kind of hold on to. And ooh, those redstone chunks are nice. These lapis lazuli chunks, take these right off the bat, guys, if you ever get these, and get the sulfur from them. It's 100% worth it to do. All you got to do is go in here. We'll throw them in just like so. And I'll show you how it does. There's a 50% chance of getting them, I believe. Yeah, so look at that. Right away, we're already getting a good amount of sulfur, which is perfect. So we'll let that run through. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to... It'll stall at some point because we're putting in more than what it can hold ultimately. So it's going to make up too much, basically, is what I'm trying to get at here. So... Anywho's, all right, what's the next thing on our progression here? The crafting terminal, which should be fairly straightforward to do. So get the item terminal out of there. All we got to do now is get this low-grade crafting. So we're going to need 2 of those, 1 of those, and then 4 of those. And I think that'll work. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Unless it's picky about it. It is picky about it, unfortunately. There we go. There you go. There's a quick trick on how to do that. So we're going to get that. We're going to get that. And bada bing, bada boom, we have our crafting terminal, which is perfect. That's going to get us an Alchemist's Delight. We have a Flask of Adrenaline. Haste 2 for 1:30. That's actually pretty nice. But we're going to hold on to that. We also got a reinforced chest. I've gotten a couple of these before. We also got a steel Paxel. That's actually pretty cool to get. We haven't seen that before, so I might actually stick that away. I don't know where we got it from. Probably a quest reward at some point in time. So there we go. And then it's funny that the low-grade crafting module is like after that. So you basically have to craft it and then you get to that. So it's That's just interesting. So, anywho, I think we do have some pipes over here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look in here. Yep, we do have some pretty pipes. So, what I want to try to do is I just want to try to hook in directly to this right here. And then maybe like have this front and center. So, like if I go right here, now unfortunately it's going to take a hot second because I got to mine out all of these. All right, just like so, we are good to go. Have it lumped or looped into this right over here. I'm gonna leave that open, and then I'm just gonna close in all of these for the time being. And then we should be able to put this right here in front of it, and then go into it. And then let's see, does it pull in everything? It does, which is awesome. This is gonna make it so much easier to craft stuff up. That we can just easily pull in right off of this. Now, realistically, we could also have this loop into some of our chests over there. But the goal is to mainly be using these, and then if we do need to, have some junk chests that are as big as we can get them, right? Like the biggest size chests that we could get, and stick them over here. So we're going to put that down here. But guys, this is going to make it so much easier now to craft stuff up. Rather than having to pull it out of here, we can easily just craft it up based on in here. And you can even pull them into the actual setup here. So like, let's say we go to the power mod, right? And we need to make up one of these bad boys right down here. The dielectric casing. We can go like that, and we can request it. It'll request one set of ingredients, and if we don't have it, it'll let us know. But it should have everything we need right off the bat. And you can switch these out. Guys, we went in a little bit more depth on this in Season 1, so I highly recommend going back and checking that out. If that's what if you're interested in. Now, if we put it, we can't put it back into the system. That's the only thing we do need to keep in mind, is that we can't just throw it back into it because there's nowhere for those items to go. But if we do need to craft up components, it's a great way to do it. Now, I did make a bunch of electrum, so I'm going to throw that in there. And then we're just going to kind of dump off anything else we have. We also have Invar, which I would like to have a place for. And realistically, this would probably make the most sense right here. Unfortunately, we do need to get our drawer key out, unlock this. We'll grab all of that, throw that back in there, lock her up, and we're good to go. Now, this gravel, we should be able to find a better place for it. But would you look at that, guys? We don't have like any spots left. We have one spot there. We're gonna have to make some more. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some more drawers here momentarily. So let's sleep through the night here, and then we're gonna make some more drawers and get those up and going. And then I think we're gonna call it an episode at that. Nothing too crazy today. Some miscellaneous tasks as per the usual. But I think it still was very productive day. So let's get our drawers up and going. So if we go to drawers, also our episodes have been about 30 minutes recently. And I'm not a super big fan of having super long episodes. So I just wanted to, I want to try to trim it back where we possibly can, right, guys? So anywho, all right, so we come over here. I know I had some jungle planks in here. I think I have some spruce ones as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll just utilize these to make some chests. And we should be able to make this like so. And then if we go like that. Oh, it made the jungle drawers. No, that's not what I wanted. Ugh. Okay. What happens when you move too quickly? So I think what we could do instead is just utilize these to make chests out of. And then we can't use any of this stuff. We have to use, yeah, unfortunately we have to use other planks to get this going. So let's grab a bunch of those. We're going to come in here. And I think we should be able to go like this. I think we can mix and match if I'm not mistaken. We're about to find out that we can. Perfect. Okay. Oof. So let's get the rest of this. Perfect. That'll make 2 chests for us. Unfortunately, I don't. Well, can we make a chest out of this? That we can. Perfect. I just want to use up that wood. I don't want it sitting around, guys. And we got plenty of chests, and we can actually convert them. I forgot that we can do that, so we can convert them to normal ones. You just can't do it in the crafting recipe itself, like in the crafting setup. You can't make it. You can't do it there. So, all right. So we're gonna get these put in here, and I think I'm just gonna have them go all the way to the ceiling. Why not? And how many do we have left? We only have 2 left. We got 1 left. So it's not going to be quite even. I'm not going to be thrilled about that, guys. Not going to be thrilled if we have an uneven number here. So Let's try to get some more here. I don't want to use all of our planks. I don't really want to use this either, but it would make more sense for us to make chests out of this. There we go. We'll get 4 of those. Not that it much matters. And there we go. We have our additional chests, or additional drawers, I should say. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock all these bad boys because I don't want random stuff to go in there. We want to try to somewhat organize it. We have semi-organization. It is kind of all over the place right now. But you know what? It is what it is for the time being. Now, realistically, the way I want to loop this around, because I like to be able to see everything, is I'll probably put single drawers here on the side, lock them so nothing can go into it, and then have it loop around here. Which honestly, we could probably do right now if we get what we need really quick. If we get all 8 of these, which I don't even think we need 8 to make the first one, if I'm not mistaken. For a base, there we go. I'll get all those. For a basic, like, drawer, like right here, yeah, it only needs 1 chest, and we need 3 of them, so we'll put 3 of these in here, and then we'll go bada bing, bada boom. Nope, other way. It is top and bottom. Boom, boom. Balance. We'll get all of those. And just like so, we'll close it off. Now, the idea behind this is, like, realistically, you're not going to see these ones back here. So all I do is I just fill them in like so. And actually, we need a 4th one. I forgot we went up to a 4th level here. I'll just put these all in here and lock them. Now, you could utilize them if you really wanted to. Put something in there that maybe you don't use that often. But then what you can do is easily start looping around the side just like so. That's kind of our plan. Start looping around, and then those corner ones, I mean, you can use them if you want to, but you don't have to if you don't mind not being able to see what you have in those ones. Or if you just want it to be a singular thing, like if you want a bunch of dirt to be in there, you could easily do that as well. So, anywho, I'm blabbering on. That's going to do it for today's episode, guys. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed us getting a jetpack up and going. I thought that was pretty cool. Really nice to get going relatively early into our gameplay here. Well, semi-relatively early. But if you did enjoy this episode, feel free to leave a like down below. Better yet, leave a comment. Always love to hear what you guys have to say on these videos. The seed for this world is in the description down below for those of you interested. I know I always get questions about that. So for anyone who wants to check that out, you can find that in the description down below. Also in the description down below is a link to our Twitch and our Discord, our community Discord, if you feel like checking either of those out. And if you are new here, guys, I always recommend hitting that subscribe button and bell notification because it does let you know every single time a new episode is posted here on the channel. As we progress even more through Enigmatica Season 2, yeah, obviously you're going to want to keep up with those videos. And then as we get into the new content for Minecraft Dungeons, I'm sure that you guys are going to want to stay up to date. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me today. I appreciate it so very much, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Take it easy.